August 16th, 1987. Northwest Airlines Flight 255 prepared for takeoff from Detroit Metropolitan Airport. What should have been an uneventful flight to Phoenix would instead become one of the most devastating aviation disasters in U.S. history. Hidden beneath the routine checklist and the hum of engines was a critical oversight, a fatal mistake lying in wait. In the final moments before disaster, we'll step into the cockpit to uncover the missteps, the mounting tension, and the irreversible chain of events that led to the tragedy. We'll break down the cockpit voice recording to show you how a single error changed countless lives and reshaped aviation safety forever.
Yeah, it's a British company, but it's all under British aircraft.
Inside the cockpit, the flight crew engages in relaxed, idle banter prior to taxi.
Northwest 255 is ready in the center.
Northwest 255, Metro Tower, Roger. I need you to make a disregard, Northwest 255. Runway 3 center, taxi position and hold. You have about 3 minutes on the runway. You have an intrail separation behind traffic just departing.
The routine tone of the air traffic controller belies the night's darkness, the rain softly falling outside. Northwest 255 is just minutes from takeoff, and everything seems perfectly normal on the surface. But beneath the surface, there's a silent issue waiting to emerge, an oversight that no one, not the pilots nor the controllers, realizes in this moment.
Position hold, Northwest 255.
Back around.
The aircraft moves into position, the engines humming steadily. The crew communicates professionally, but behind their calm words is a night sky shrouded in blackness. No landmarks, no horizon. Only their instruments will guide them once they lift off.
Simmons 2796, Metro Tower, winds 30013, traffic to DC 9, mile final, runway 3 left, your total line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're currently number 1 for departure. We should be rolling in a couple minutes. We've got 2 minutes entrail separation. Flight attendants, please be seated. Thank you.
A quick reassuring message to passengers, standard for any flight. But there's an eerie finality in this announcement. As the passengers settle in, perhaps fastening their seat belts tighter, none of them could imagine that this would be their final departure.
Okay, 185, we're going down to bed. 85, thank you. You got a 1.5 mile trail restriction coming on the runway. The necessary restriction any aircraft that just departed.
Little rain out there.
The crew is acknowledging the poor visibility conditions. A dark, rainy night can make it more difficult to verify critical takeoff settings. The rain is slight, but enough to blur the outside world. With no stars, no visible runway beyond the lights, and no moonlight to guide them, this night is unrelentingly dark. A darkness that mirrors the growing danger in the cockpit.
X-Miner set 9. Let's enter. Check. Ignition. Fine.
Here, the crew runs through pre-takeoff checks. A transponder is a device that allows air traffic control to identify and track the aircraft. The annunciator refers to a panel of warning lights that alert the pilots to system statuses. Everything seems routine at this point.
Northwest 255, runway 3 center, turn right, heading 060, clear for takeoff.
Right to 060, cleared to go, Northwest 255.
The aircraft is now cleared for takeoff, turning right to a heading of 060 degrees. However, the crew does not appear to verbally confirm the proper flap setting before departure, and there is no audible checklist confirmation regarding the aircraft's takeoff configuration, all of which is highly unusual. A properly functioning takeoff warning system would normally alert the crew if the aircraft is not set correctly for departure, but no such alert is heard here.
Northwest 185, Metro Tower, 3 center, taxi position hold. You have about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes on the runway. Okay, position hold, Northwest 185.
Stay on. But they won't stay on.
This could indicate an issue with cockpit instrumentation or controls. While not necessarily a direct cause of the accident, it suggests a distraction or technical anomaly during takeoff.
Okay, power normal.
The crew mentions that the TCI, takeoff configuration indicator, was not set, further indicating that critical systems were not properly configured for takeoff. This is another overlooked element contributing to the eventual accident.
There you go. Turn on now. Come out. 100 minutes.
V1 is the takeoff decision speed. At this point, the crew is committed to taking off and can no longer safely abort. Rotate signals the captain to pull back on the control column to lift the nose off the ground. The sounds of the nose wheel retracting indicate that the aircraft has lifted off. However, the aircraft's critical flaps and slats are not deployed, which significantly reduces lift and makes a safe climb nearly impossible. In this sequence of events, the stick shaker, a warning system that alerts pilots of an impending stall, was triggered. Just moments later, the stall warnings blared and the aircraft, unable to climb, rapidly lost altitude. The mention of the V-bar likely referred to the flight director guidance, which is irrelevant in these final moments as the aircraft is in an unrecoverable state. This crew member's last communication captures their final realization of a catastrophic failure. In the moments following, the plane would strike a light pole, losing the left wing. It spiraled out of control and crashed, resulting in the tragic deaths of all 149 on board and 2 people on the ground. This tragic sequence underscores the importance of proper configuration, pre-flight checks, and situational awareness to prevent such catastrophic outcomes. Rest in peace.